First thing I'm going to tell everyone is please use Google Chrome next week on Tuesday. If you use any other web browser, you could experience difficulties. So it's very important that everybody use Google Chrome to open up the web page. Okay. So I will do a screen share and get where we need to go.
I gotta get plugged in.
Okay. Are you seeing the Education for the Arts slide, Cindy? Nodding your head? Perfect. All right. So this is our landing page. I think you've all seen this before. It does have 3 slides here, one for Education for the Arts, one for CTE, and one for Early Middle College, and they scroll. This is where you will come next week on Tuesday to log in. I think most of you have done that already. If you have not, the address is krisafutureready.vfairs.com up here in the top address bar. This is our home page right here that shows the date and time. And all you will do is click this login button and you will enter your email address and the password that you created or that your booth host created, and you will click login. I'm not going to do that right now because I'm already logged in. But once you do that, you will be in the lobby. So this is the screen that will show up. It will have a pop-up video playing that says, welcome. It's Cameron and Brian speaking to the public, welcoming everyone to the event. And then all you have to do is go over here to the exhibit hall on the right-hand side, click into there, and then go find your booth. So today I'm going to use the EFE CTE booth as my example. So I'm going to Career and Tech Ed over down, and I'm using the navigation bar down here in the lower left-hand corner. So I'm going to click on that booth, and here it is, Career and Technical Education. Cameron, Diane, Cindy, and Irene are the hosts in this booth. So the training that I'm giving you today is really all about the chat feature, how to use the chat. So your booth is already populated. You've got videos and documents in here. You have some links here in the white toolbar in the middle of the page. And then it says chat with teacher now. So if I click that chat with teacher now, it's going to open this window. So I can see now this window is already very populated because I've been doing stuff in here, but the middle of the window has a gray bar up here at the top, and it says Career and Technical Education CTE. That's the booth I'm in. This is the text messaging that I have been doing with Cameron, who's the host of this booth. On the far right-hand side, it says Booth Reps Online on the far right-hand side. Does everybody see that? So it shows CTE Cameron Buck first. And if I hover over his name, I see a blue button that says Chat Now. The next one says Kalamazoo RISA Admin. That's me. And again, if I hover over it, I see the Chat Now button. Does everybody see that? Cindy Goss, you're the one I see, so nod. Okay. If I move my mouse, that Chat Now button disappears. Okay, it's gone now. When the students and parents enter your booth, you're going to see them listed below here where it says online users. So this big empty white space on the right-hand side of my screen, this will get populated with every person who is entering your booth. You will see their name and you will be able to identify them. Now I want to show you something. I'm going to use Cameron, and this might not work effectively. Now I'm going to wait a minute. I'll wait on that 1 second. All right. I'm going to show you the left side of the screen now. I have a button that says direct messages. Then I have one that says chat rooms. And I have red letters. Oh, that just collapsed my chat rooms. That says join other chat rooms. Now, if I click on the join other chat rooms, it opens up a window that gives me a listing of all the booths that we have. So if I want to go talk to Brian Brusach in law enforcement, I just have to click law enforcement. It puts a green check in there and hit save. And now it populates that in this left-hand navigation. So now if I want to talk to Brian, all I have to do is click on law enforcement and boom, I'm here. Now I can start typing him a message. Hey, Brian, how's it going? Whatever. There it is. So if I want to go talk to Kathy Nyberg, click on her tab, and then I'll be transported, and you can see it right up here at the top. I'm in health science. So this is an easy way for you to navigate back and forth between other chat rooms without leaving your chat space. Everybody get that?
Kathy, one thing to point out that chat room, that's not a private message to just the instructor. Everybody will see what you put in that chat room. So
Correct.
don't confuse that with a private message to whoever's in that booth.
Correct. Thank you, Cam, for saying that. While I'm in health science, I'm going to show you that over here on the right-hand margin, Cameron disappeared. And now I'm the only person here, Risa admin, because Cam's not in this booth. Okay. So I don't have anybody to talk to here because I'm the only person here. So if I go back to Cameron's booth, Career and Tech Ed, now he's here. And if I go to the bottom of the screen and I type, hey, Cam, blah, 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 how's it going? This is a public chat. Everybody can see it and you can tell, I'll show you the difference now. So you can type anything you want here to your public, to your students. Okay, Cam just typed me a message. It's going just fantastic. So this is all public messaging. If I want to talk to Cam only, then I'm going to go over here to his name and I'm going to click the chat now. And I want you to pay attention to what happens at the top of the screen. If I click that chat now, Cameron's profile got really big over here on the right. And over here on the left-hand margin, I can see that I'm in a direct message with Cameron Buck. Now, if I type in here, hey, Cam, this is now a private chat that nobody else can get into. Is that, everybody got that? All right. So you can private chat, and Cam just texted me. That's cool. That's where I say bad things about Irene. So if I want to get out of this, all I have to do is on the left-hand navigation, just close this red X to get out of the private chat. And now I'm kind of in limbo here because it doesn't think I'm in a chat room. So I just have to click back on his booth and now I'm back in the public chat. Okay. All right. Need a pen. All right, I got to look at my notes here. So I just showed you, I told you about Google Chrome. And the video link, I want you to look at the top of my screen. I have a whole bunch of tabs open at the top of my screen. So right now I'm hovering over the Chat with Teacher Now tab. If I want to go back somewhere, do not use your backward navigation button. Okay, that's a no-no. Don't use that. You want to use your tabs. So if I just click on this other tab, it takes me right back to Cam's booth and I can go back to the floor and I can scroll and find another booth. I'll go in EFA. and open EFA booth. And now I want to go back to that chat window. I'm just going up here to the top of my web browser and clicking on that chat. I'm still in the same chat room with Cameron. Okay, everybody got that? So you just use the tabs at the top of your screen to navigate back and forth, to go from your booth or from the lobby, wherever you want to go, you just use the tabs at the top of your screen. Okay. All right. Now, are there any questions about this text chatting option? I think I should stop here for just a minute. Anybody have any questions about the text chatting, the private text chatting, or how to navigate in this area?
Can you do a quick, just show us where to click to start it one more time?
Yep. So got a screen share again. Okay, when you're in your booth, go to the exhibit hall, go to the booth and click chat with teacher now. You're going to do this when you log in. That's exactly what you're going to do when you log in. And now you're in the text chat of that booth. Okay. I can't use this booth because I have to have Cameron online with me. So I have to keep going back to this one. All right. Any other questions so far?
Kathy, do you want to say about having them pick the other chat rooms and adding the information technical support desk along their left-hand side? I mean, they don't, you don't need to see all those other programs, but you probably want to at least pin the information tech support desk, and Kathy can show you why there.
So I'll start closing some of these windows because every time I open one, it adds it to my screen. So if I just get some of these gone, it'll be easier to see. On the night of the event, when I clicked join other chat room, the information desk is in here in alphabetical order, I believe. Oh, I already have it open, so it's not showing it. Okay, so it's not going to show anything in here if you already have it open, but it's called information tech support. This is the help desk in the front lobby. I will be in the help desk all night. Other staff members will be in the help desk all night, and a representative from VFairs, the platform, will be there all night. So if you all of a sudden get bad language, a rowdy person, all you have to do, I would recommend that everybody open this booth at the beginning of the night, keep it here. And if you have a problem, all you have to do is click on that and type me a message. Kathy, come quick. We have a problem in health science booth. I can delete text messages, and I can get people out of the platform if there's a problem. So I would recommend that you keep that open all night, and then you can just toggle back to your booth to be there.
So Kathy, so what I'm hearing is, as host of the booth, because if we're designated as, the host of that booth, we don't have the option to boot someone out on the online users list on the right-hand side.
You do not.
Okay.
Yes, I believe that VFair does have some filtering in place. So I think common bad language might be filtered out. But only the administrators, myself, and the VFair rep have the ability to delete users or content. So if something happens, that's how you'll take care of it. Just click on this tech support information and say, Kathy, we have a problem in this booth, and we'll come right away and take care of it.
And if they're booted because of a problem in one booth, they're booted from VFair, the event, is that correct?
I don't think I can answer that right now, Diane.
Okay.
I can delete the content, and only and leave the user alone if that's applicable. But I do believe we have the ability to enable a user, which would kick them out of the whole platform.
Okay,
I don't anticipate we're going to have any problem like that. So I'm not overly concerned about it, but we are, you know, doing due diligence to make sure that we can have security over our platform.
Yeah, with us sending out this link to thousands of people, you know, that the opportunity does exist for this to happen. It just happened pretty badly to Galesburg Augusta School Board this week on their school board meeting. It's happened in other, I think, you know, we have some KVCC partners. They had a small issue with that in their virtual event. So it's just something to be mindful of and know how we're going to address it quickly if it does pop up in the booth. So that's why I wanted to make sure everybody adds that information tech support to their window there, so they have quick access to say, hey, Kathy, get this out of here quick, you know, so.
Okay. All right. Real quickly, I'm going to show you again in the middle of the text chat up at the top. There are 3 buttons you see here. This first button is called a sticky note. If I click on that, I can type any note I want here. And I'm going to use all caps. Please, whoops, click on the link below to enter the video chat room. And I'm going to hit save. See where that put that? Right here underneath the name of your booth. So it's right at the top of the page. It's not going to move as you get more text content in your window. So if you want to put something up here that hopefully people will see, you can type it there at the top of the screen. If you want to delete it, you just click on that sticky note again. You can delete that or change it and hit save and it's gone. Okay. The other thing I would recommend that you do is the second button is a color button. It's an eyedropper. So I can pick whatever color I want here. I'll pick green, hit save, and now I can come down here and type a message, hello, welcome, and it'll show up in that color. I think that would be a good idea for everyone to do because it will call your comments out from all the rest of the people so they can easily identify your comments. The other thing I'll show you in the primary chat is the reply button. So if you get a lot of action in here and several things have gone by, you can simply hover over a message like here's Cam saying it's going fantastic. Maybe this was a question that says, what time does your class run? When you hover over it, you get this reply button that shows up. So if I hit reply, now I can say the class starts at 9:15 Monday through Friday. And you see how it calls it out? It keeps it in a thread and it should be fine. Keeps it in a thread so that you can see all those comments instead of it being in the main body of the text chat. Okay.
Hey, Kathy, one thing, I added a sticky note and it's not showing up on your screen. So I wonder if that's something we might need to look into. I didn't see on my screen when you added the sticky note. And I just added one and I don't see it showing up under the career and tech ed for you.
Okay. I will look into that. I wonder if it's because we already had the window open, but that doesn't make any sense. Did you put the sticky note in there now?
Yeah, it's in there now. Mhm.
I'm gonna hit refresh. And it didn't show up. Okay.
I see John Wagner's in that booth. John, do you see anything underneath of that? Do you see a sticky note or any message? you see the message I put that says, do you see the sticky note that I'm adding, Kathy?
I do, yes.
Okay, well, that's good then. All right.
To note, I don't see Kathy's replies, the way she was just explaining to reply and keep things in a thread. I don't see those threaded replies, but I guess that's sort of implied by doing it in a thread.
You should be seeing my screen that has a gray call out box with quotation marks.
I do not, but my assumption is that only the person you're replying to would see that.
Oh, gotcha. That's correct.
Yeah.
Yep. All right. Okay, so if we're okay in this area, I'm going to send you now to the video chat training, okay? So the first important thing to know is you cannot open a video link if you are the sole person in your booth. It doesn't work. You have to have someone else in your booth. Now, we have Cameron, John, and myself in here now, so I can do it. I'm going to hover over Cameron and I'm going to click that chat now like I'm going to enter a private text chat with him. So here I am back on that private text chat with Cameron. And now the gray button in the center has changed and I now have a camera. So I'm going to open that camera. It says video. I'm just going to click on that. And it's going to open up a new window for me. So does everybody see a big blank green screen right now? Okay, it just opened up the screen and there's Cameron. Now you notice that my image did not change. It stayed at Krisa admin, K-R-A admin. That's because my camera is currently hijacked by Zoom. So your camera is only going to work in one platform. So you can still use this video chat option, but in order for my image to show up there, I have to stop my video on Zoom. And let me see, I'll stop my video there and we'll see if it refreshes here. Maybe not. Oh, I just went to full screen. All right, well, it didn't refresh, but if you don't have Zoom open, you should be able to see yourself. Now, I want to show you at the bottom of the screen, there we go, is the camera button, and then the microphone button, a share, and a chat. So you have kind of the same options that you do in Zoom while you're in this video platform. I also want you to notice at the very top of the page, I now have another tab open that says VFairs with a red dot. That's your video chat. So if I want to go back to my chat room, what am I going to do? Cameron, I can't hear you.
I said, use the tab.
Use the tab. I'm going to tab on the one that says chat with teacher. So now I'm back in the chat room. And if I want to go back to video, I just click on the tab with the red button. So that's how you navigate back and forth between text chat and video chat. Just click on the tabs at the top of your screen. All right. Now, this web address is in the upper right-hand side. You can highlight the whole thing, or you can just hit this little copy button. So hitting the copy button will copy that link. Now I want to go back to my text chat window. So I'm going to click on the chat window again. Now remember, I'm in a private chat with Cameron right now. So I want to get out of that. So I'm going to close on the left-hand side, Cameron's name. I'm going to close that. So now I will be back in the main body of the text chat to the public. And I'm going to type a message here. I'm going to use all caps. No, I'm not. Yes, I am. Please use this link to join our video chat. And then I'm gonna Control V is paste. Everybody needs to know Control V. That's how you get the link there. So Control V to paste that link. And now your participants, anybody who joins the booth, just clicks on this link and they will be transported into this chat room. Okay? This chat room can host 50 people at one time, but only the first 12 will get video. If you have more than 12, which I think is unlikely at one time, but if there are more than 12, they will get audio only, but they won't be able to get the video. Okay? Questions on this part? And Diane or Cam, let's see. I have to stop sharing to see the chat, I think.
I have a question, Kathy.
Yeah.
So the participants can't pull us into a video chat. We would have to create a video chat that then invite them to it.
That's correct.
Okay.
Kathy, I'm noticing that I can't see the stuff you're posting in the career and technical education like chat stream.
Are you in the CTE booth? You are. Your name is there.
I believe so, yeah.
So you didn't see my messages to please use this link and the link that I put there?
Nope.
Cindy Goss, can you see them? I can't hear you.
I'm not logged into that system, Kathy.
Oh, but you can, okay, gotcha. You're not logged in, but you could see them when I shared my screen.
Yes.
Okay.
John, what happens if you type in a chat message and hit enter there in that CTE booth?
Cameron, I see your sticky note now.
Okay.
So maybe there's a little delay.
Yeah, I also don't see what I just typed.
Oh, Ken put a really good question in the Zoom chat. He said, can we post the video chat link in the sticky note?
Yes, you can, but when you do that, it's not a hyperlink. You just have to say, please copy and paste this link in a new web browser to enter the video chat. And I thought that was a really good idea to do that because then it won't get buried. So Angie Melvin, are you able to see the messages that we're typing?
I did see them, yeah.
Can you type?
Hold on, I'll go back.
Angie?
So
Yeah.
John is just being a problem, not a surprise.
Hold on, let me go back to your booth and chat with teacher now.
You're already in it, Angie. I can see your name up there.
Oh.
And John, I just saw a message from you come in that said hello.
I see
Yes.
John's message now too.
Okay, so
Yeah,
if
oh, sorry.
maybe there's a delay, a little bit of a delay.
Yeah, I don't have an explanation, but I left the room and came back and then I could see the stuff you had put in.
Okay.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Kathy, we have another question in the chat.
Where should we spend the majority of our time? The chat screen or video chat, go back and forth. I'm not sure how to answer that question. That's going to be based on your comfort level. So wherever you feel most comfortable and wherever you have the most traffic. So if your participants are primarily in the text chat, you would want to stay here. I guess my recommendation would be to get, we have recommended that most teachers should have a second host in their booth. So if you have two hosts, you and another adult, I would open that video link right away at 5 o'clock and post it, and then keep the tab open like I have right now. And then you can just toggle back and forth, and you don't have to worry about it, because your video screen will be open and then your text window will be open. I think that would save you from having to create the video link once you have people in your booth.
Yeah, Scott asked a question, if we had more than one person in our booth, could one do video and the other do text? And yeah, I think that's, you could assign it that way, or you could just have both people kind of popping back and forth in between if you wanted to.
That is correct. You can also have a separate video call for every host that's in your booth. So if you have a very busy booth and you have 3 hosts, all 3 of you can open a separate video window and be talking to separate people to help accommodate the traffic.
So I could post a message that says, if you want to chat with Angie, go here. If you want to chat with Cameron, go here. If you want to chat with John, go here. Is that what you're saying, Kathy?
Correct.
Because it'd be
Correct.
3 separate unique links.
That's
So-
correct. And each one of those links can have the same limit, up to 50 people in the call, and the first 12 get video. I'm really not sure about that whole rule that they have, but it has something to do with bogging down the system. They can't have 50 people having video for every single host.
Mhm.
So I just want to clarify the host then, because Cameron, we were just talking about this. The health teachers had that question. You can have multiple hosts in one booth, but they can't be in multiple booths, correct? Because like the health teachers have 2 booths and they have 1 skills assistant that they'd like to be in both, but they can't do that. Is that correct?
So each user has one username and password. So if Kathy Nyberg has a health booth and she is the host in that booth, you can't add her to another booth. Okay? She gets one username, one password, period. However, she can join other chat rooms by doing this. Everybody can see my screen, right?
Yep.
Yes.
Add health science. So if she's in health science, and what's her other, I'll just pick EMT. I don't know what other booth she's in.
Well,
So if she's the host in health science, I can click on health science, and then she'll show up here as the booth rep, and she can do whatever she wants. But if she wants to go to her other booth, she just toggles over here to whatever this is, emergency EMT, and now she can text chat in here. It still will show her same identity as a booth rep up here. And that's how she can toggle between booths.
so for this chat, but not she wouldn't be able to do a video chat, then right. I mean, she'd have to be only in the one where she's truly a host.
That would be a lot to juggle. I don't know if it's impossible to do that. You might be able to do that, but maybe not impossible. If I didn't already suggest this in the beginning of the training, I would also highly recommend that you use 2 screens next week on Tuesday. If you don't have dual monitors at home, I would recommend getting a second one. That way, instead of doing all this flip-flopping back and forth, I could have my text chat window open on one screen, and I could have my video chat open on the second screen. Okay? Or you could have whatever, the lobby open, or, you know, I don't know, there's really no need for you to have the lobby or the booth view open. You really are primarily going to be right here in either the text chat or the video chat.
If you don't, it's not the end of the world. You'll just have to remember to tab back and forth between those two windows, but yeah.
Okay, any other questions in there, Haley? I can't see them right now.
No, I don't see any more questions. Or, well, we just got one. Can I have 2 laptops open for the 2 monitors?
No. Because you can only log into the site one time. So having 2 separate devices won't help you. You need to have a second screen.
Yeah. It's likely that it will log you out if you try to log into a second one and you're already logged in on a first one. Kathy, is that what you're thinking?
I believe so.
Okay.
Kathy, if I'm presenting and not at my booth, but I come back to my booth, if people put questions in the chat, will they stay there? And then if I answer them, will they magically receive my messages, or how does that work?
I don't think they're going to magically receive anything. I think they have to be looking at this screen to get the answer.
Okay, so it's not like an open chat for them if they navigate away.
I don't know what would happen in that scenario. I'd have to ask my my rep.
Okay. I'm just wondering if there's time when there's nobody at my booth because I'm over in the presentation hall.
I do want to show you another thing, which I really don't have access to do it right now, but I'll give you the kind of sort of how it works. On the right-hand margin, when the users log in, online users over here, you're going to, I'll just pretend Cameron is a student. You're going to hover over the student's name and click this chat now button. I believe that when you do that, you'll have access to this profile right here. You don't really have to click the chat now button. I think it says something different, like profile. You'll be able to click on that and it's going to open up a Rolodex card. So it's going to look kind of like this does on the right-hand side, but it gives you the ability to type a note in there. So you can use that to type yourself messages like, I need to follow up with this kid. Remember to send him an email, or this kid wanted specific information about this. So you can use that feature to identify individual people and what you like, a follow-up, what you need to do later. And then after the event, we will be able to get those messages that you typed in there back to you. So the nice thing about this platform is it has a whole lot of reporting and analytics that come after the event. So we'll be able to tell you how many kids came to your text chat, how many were in a video chat. We'll be able to tell what grades they were, what gender they were. And then if you use that feature I just told you about, we'll be able to capture those notes and get them back to you.
Angie, I was thinking for the EFA booth, if when you leave to go do a presentation, just maybe put something on the chat that says, hey, I'll be back at, this time, so people aren't sending random messages.
Yeah, Cam, I would do that in the sticky note up at the top.
Yeah, that's true. Mm-hmm.
Yep. That way it won't get buried if people are doing text messaging. Also, you do see there's this new message button down here at the bottom. So if for whatever reason, if the texts are flying, you might have to hit that to see what's down below. And if I want to go back up, it only goes just so far, and then you'll see this see older messages at the top. So I might have to click that to go beyond what's being seen there. Okay. So as that text window populates, it kind of cuts off the ones at the top, and then it shows you that green button in the middle that says new messages down at the bottom.
Kathy, will you just type a message in there? I'm back in the lobby and I just want to see if I get any sort of notification that somebody has typed something in my booth if I'm not in there.
Yep, done.
Nope. So you won't get a notification if you're out of your booth.
Yeah, I think you have to be actively watching the screen.
I have a question about the chat. A lot of us are using Google Meets for our virtual teaching, and in that platform, students that join the Meet can't see anything in the chat previous to them joining. I'm wondering if this is different. If a student joins the chat, can they see everything that's been said before they joined?
I can tell you that I can see stuff they wrote yesterday.
My answer to that is that they're supposed to be able to see everything. I vetted this company very, very strictly, and my criteria is that this platform had to work on Google Chromebooks, because that's what our students have. That's why we purchased this vendor, because there were better products than this out there, but they didn't work on Chromebooks, so I couldn't use them. So in order for our students to be able to have access to this, I was guaranteed that this platform works on Chromebooks. Now, that being said, I do believe that individual districts might be able to very restrict access on computers. So I can't tell you what individual districts do and if that is going to be an issue for us. I don't think it's going to be an issue. I think we're going to be fine.
Kathy, that wasn't that. I think you misinterpreted Kellen's question, but what John responded is accurate. Yeah, when somebody joins, they will see the whole chat history regardless of what time they join. So if they join at 7 p.m., they'll see the chat history that started at 5, and they will clear out everything that's in there. All this practice stuff won't be in there. So it'll start fresh at 5 o'clock next week.
Okay, I guess I did understand. I think they're only going to see what's on the screen at the current time. In order to get the what started at 5 o'clock, they'd have to scroll all the way back up to the top.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
it's just, Kathy, in Google Meets, that's not an option. Like when kids log in, they can't see anything that happened before. And
Yeah.
I think that's what Kellen's asking.
Okay, all right, sorry.
Yeah, Kathy, I have a question about the video chat.
Sure.
Yeah. So if I understand it, you have to have someone else has to be in your booth before you can open up the video chat.
Correct.
And then if there are 2 of you in there, if they leave, I'm assuming your video still stays open.
Correct.
And then, so like if this booth opens up at 4:30, can someone could pop into our booth and get the video chat open right away and then leave, and then it's open for the night?
Correct.
Okay.
That's correct.
Thank you.
Yeah.
That way we can just post a sticky note ahead of time and then mess in the link. So.
Yep, absolutely. Yeah.
And just to clarify on that
Thank
video
you.
chat question from Ken, can you just review what you said about how many participants can be in that one video chat at one time?
Yep. The limit is 50. So you can have 50 people all on the video chat. So here's my video screen. My camera's not on, so you're not seeing my face. So you can have 50 people in this video chat, but only the first 12 get video. Everybody who joins after that will get audio. So if you
So
have
what you're saying is they can see the teacher and hear the teacher, and they can unmute and speak, but we can't see them if they're after the first 12.
I'm not sure if they'll be able to see or if they will only be able to hear. I think they'll only be able to hear.
Kathy, can the teacher close and end the video chat? So if there's someone in the video doing something inappropriate, can the teacher close the video immediately?
Yes, the only way to end this chat session is by closing your web browser at the top of the page. So you just hit the X to close that chat, that window. I don't really know what happens if there's like 10 people in there. I think it would break the link for everybody.
Is there any kind of waiting room?
Not that I'm aware of.
Kathy, this is Francesca Paletti. Would it be a good idea, like I have a couple of hosts, there's 3 of us in our booth. Would it be a good idea for us to get on, start a video chat, post it on a sticky note, and then just have students and parents just join that video chat rather than be messaging so many different people all at the same time?
Sure, if that's your preference is to do face-to-face and not watch the text chatting, sure.
Okay.
But I will tell you that some, you got to remember our audience. So the audience, might not have a camera. They might prefer not to go to video, and they might want to be text chatting instead of video. So I do think it's a really good idea to have 2 monitors and to have your text window open on one and your video open on the other one.
Kathy, one more question. This is Francesca again. Could they not join the video chat but have their monitor off like we can on any other platform? So that we can talk to them. So we could still have this video chat open for everybody to join the link, and we could write join the video chat, preference for camera on or off. It wouldn't make a difference, kind of thing,
Correct.
something like that. Okay.
Yeah, Francesca, if you look down at the bottom of my screen, there's a camera icon just like there is in Zoom. So you can just turn that on or off or ask them to turn it on or off. All right, any other questions?
Kathy, on the same note, can we just just do the text chat?
Sure, if that's your preference, yep.
Okay, thanks.
Yeah, you don't have to open a video link if you don't want to. So if you just prefer to do it via text, then you just are going to use this main window that I have open right now and just talk back and forth with them either in a private chat or in the group chat. We did in our, trying to remember where we did that. We tried to put a message in to have everybody watch the welcome introductory videos on your booth before they enter into your chat. So trying to lead them there, that would be a good thing to put in your sticky note. If you're not using that, please watch my welcome video and then come back and talk to me. If you want them to watch it, I mean, if it gives them good information, or you can direct them to your other documents or videos that you put in your booth. All right, it's 4:20. I don't want to keep you guys too much longer, 10 minutes at the most. So Speak now or forever hold your peace if you have more questions. I know it's a little overwhelming, but once you get in there and start moving back and forth, it's really very simple.
Kathy, can you go back to the booth? One thing we haven't talked about is the swag bag, and I think that's a really cool feature that I want everybody to know so they can tell people, say, hey, put this in your swag bag, and just show them how it works.
Yeah, sure. So if I want to go back to my booth, you see here in the middle of my screen where it says Career and Tech Ed, there's a button that says back to booth. So I can either click that now and go right back to Cam's booth, or I can use the tab at the top of my screen. I'm going to use the tab because I don't want to get out of this text window. So I'm just going to tab back. And now I'm on Education for the Arts, which is not where I wanted to be. But that's okay. I can show it to you from here. So there's a swag bag at the top of the screen, and I can click on that, and it shows me the documents that are in this booth. It looks like there's 2 documents here. I can view them or add them. Well, let's see. That says email. Let me back up a minute. If I'm in a booth, here we go. You click on them from down here and you see what's in this booth. These are the things that Brian put in his booth. I can view them or add to swag bag. So if I want to add this to my bag, I just click on it and click on this one, and it adds them to that swag bag. At the end of the night, students can open this swag bag, and this shows you everything that you put in here. And then you click the email button. I can do a select all and email, and it's going to ask for your email address and hit send. And this will send to them everything that they want to keep or look at later. There's 2 other ways they can do that. They can click on the resource tab at the top of the page, or the video vault. So if I click on that resources, it's right now filtered on all booths. So this is a really long list. Okay. If I want to go to a specific booth, I can just pick one. I'll pick aviation, and he only has 1 thing in there. And how about if I pick conservation biology? Well, she's got several things in here. So if I wanted her class information, just add it to the swag bag or view it, and then that puts that in the bag.
Now,
And
Kathy, how will students or families know to email that swag? Like, how will they know to take that step is what I'm asking, I guess. I love it, but how will they know before they have to go?
There's not a lot of direction for them. I think some of it is going to be intuitive if they start poking around looking at these things on the top ribbon.
Sure.
And I think we did put in our welcome video, we added that instruction at the very end of the welcome video. It said something like, don't forget to use the swag bag. So we tried to put the instructions that the students and families would need in that welcome video. I'm not,
Oh, sorry, Kathy.
go ahead.
I'd also recommended something that teachers, either in a chat or in a video chat, just let people know. Everybody know how to use the swag bag?
Yeah.
You know, and that's just kind of one of the ways of, one of the kind of talking points.
Yep, good idea, Brian. And if you all have not seen the introductory the welcome video, I'm sorry. It automatically pops up here in the lobby when people first log in, and it will play for them. It's only about 3 minutes long, and it kind of is giving them directions for the evening. Go to the auditorium, go to the exhibit hall, go to the help desk. And then at the end, it told them about, I think Brian did a really good job about telling them what to do in the teacher booth. And then at the end of that video, it mentions the swag bag and that they can email it to themselves.
Question in the chat, is there any access information that we will need to communicate to former students who will be helping us out? If they're not listed as a co-host in your booth, then they just join that night. Fill out the registration, it's, you know, ask a few questions, and then they can just navigate to your booth, and they'll just be interacting as a, you know, their
Attendee.
name will show up under online participant or whatever instead of a booth rep. But other than that, they shouldn't have to do any other steps.
That's correct. So if they're a host in your booth, then you would have added them in step 5, giving them a host credential. If they're not a host or a co-host, then they'll just join, like Cam just said, as an attendee, and then they'll just come to your booth and they'll show up there on the right-hand side as an online user. All right, any other questions? So my two big recommendations are, make sure you're using Google Chrome. If you're not using Google Chrome, expect to have problems, okay? The second one is have 2 monitors next week. And if I was a host of a booth, I would want my text chat open on one monitor and my video chat open on the other monitor. And my third recommendation is to have somebody in your booth helping you. So those of you who have been with EFE and EFA for years know that I am all about attendance. I am trying to break our record every year. Our record, if my memory serves me correct, is 1,050. That was 2 or 3 years ago. We had over 1,000 in attendance, but our average attendance for this event is about 700 to 800. That's what we usually get at the Air Zoo. So we do not know next week if we're going to get 50, 500, or 5,000. So we really need to be prepared for high volume. So that's why I'm recommending that nobody is alone in case you get high volume and have a lot of people all of a sudden. And if you didn't know this, Cameron was on TV last Sunday. Fox News did a segment on the open house. So it was on the local news channel. And I believe MLive just ran an article on it yesterday. We're hoping that Channel 3 is going to pick it up and run something before Tuesday. And we do have a very big social media campaign as well. And again, we did mail over 10,000 postcards to the students directly to their home.
Kathy, I have a radio interview on Friday morning about this as well.
Oh, awesome. What station?
WKCO.
Okay, awesome. Thanks, Deb. That's perfect.
I did one with WKZO last week too, Deb. So
great.
Double up on them.
Awesome. So I'm shooting for 5,000. We're going to break all of our attendance records. Okay. If we don't have any more questions, then we'll close the meeting for today. We will send an email out tomorrow that has a recording of today's meeting. And I'm trying to put together a cheat sheet with little screenshots. It's a lot easier said than done, but I'm working on that. And then next week on Tuesday, we will open the platform for you, I believe at 4:30. So you can attempt to log in at 4:30 next week. The platform won't be open till 5 o'clock for the main participants, for the attendees. So up until 4:59, if they try to log in, they'll get a little error that says it doesn't open till 5 o'clock. And also one more thing, don't forget, if you get people in your booth that are very, very want lots of answers, direct them to the auditorium, to the general sessions. The EMC is doing 2. The first one starts at 5:30 and lasts 30 minutes. The second one starts at 7 p.m. and that one lasts for 30 minutes. Sandwiched in between there is one information session for EFE and EFA, and that one will start at 6:15. And all they have to do is go back to the auditorium, which they can get to directly on that navigation bar, the black bar, anywhere they're at, they can see that.